Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be going over beginner tips on how to care for your record collection. This video is a part 2 to a recent video I made where I explained beginner tips on how to start a record collection. So obviously in this video, it's going to be about how to care for your record collection. Any products I mentioned in this video, I will link in the description. Anything from Amazon is an affiliate link, so if you do buy from my link, I do earn a small commission from it. Before we get started, I just want to say I'm not an expert when it comes to record collecting. I've only been collecting for 4 years. My knowledge is just based off of my own experience and hours of research I've done, so if I get something wrong, let me know in the comments. For this example, I am going to be using a broken record, so it's okay. So I'm not ruining any of my records. This package from the mail, the vinyl inside literally cracked in half. Such a sad story, but now I can use it for examples. You don't want to touch the grooves like this. You do not want to handle a record like this. You'll want to hold every single record by the edges like this, or you can hold it by the label. Holding it by the label kind of looks like this. There are natural oils in your fingers, and that does leave behind fingerprints when you touch a record, and eventually over time all of those oils building up in the records will mess up the grooves. Eventually it will damage your records and it will just make them sound really bad. This is the jacket for the broken record. It Sounds Good Feels Good by 5 Seconds of Summer. You always want to store your records vertically, meaning up and down, just like this. You do not want to stack them horizontally like this. Do not stack records like this. Vinyl does melt, so you want to keep them out of extreme heat and humidity. And also in general, just be gentle with them. Vinyl is very fragile, so you want to be very mindful when handling them. You really should be cleaning all of your records as often as you can, new records and used records. And there are 2 steps to cleaning, a dry cleaning and a wet cleaning. Now this is for a deep cleaning. I'm not necessarily saying I do this every single time. These are the cleaning supplies that I use. Here is my velvet brush. This came from a cleaning kit. Also in that kit came this little stylus cleaning brush. Here's this one. It's just a generic one. There's no brand name or anything. And it also came with the velvet brush. This is the one I got first. I use it the most and I'm trying to finish it before I go into this one. This one I got from Victrola. It came in a cleaning kit along with this brush. And it also did come with a microfiber cloth as well. I recently got this and I've used it a few times. I'm pretty sure this is carbon fiber. For a really dirty record, I will use both of these. But if a record isn't super dirty and it just needs a light cleaning, I will only use one of those brushes. Usually I would go for the velvet brush. These are the 2 cleaning solutions I use. These are both like unlabeled. They don't have any ingredients or anything. So I honestly don't know exactly what is in here, but I assume it's just some kind of mixture of water and maybe some alcohol as well. I would recommend doing a dry cleaning first to get all of the dust off. When cleaning, it's very important to reduce the static electricity as much as possible. Static electricity is what attracts dust to the records. So for example, if I'm holding a record like this and I'm trying to clean it, all of the dust that I'm brushing off is just going to go straight to the bottom of the record. So this side might be clean, but when I flip it over, this side is dirty. So then I would clean that side, flip it over again, and now the side I just cleaned is dirty. Cleaning a record directly on the record player, I think it just generates way too much static electricity. So the dust from the turntable is now going right onto the record. And again, as it's spinning around while you clean it, all of the dust is then going to the bottom side of the record. So again, when you flip it over, there's going to be dust on a side that you just cleaned. So to avoid all of that, I say to clean your records on a flat surface that is anti-static or static free. So you can lay it on a desk or a counter or a table, something flat like that. But don't put the record directly onto a table or anything like that. Lay it down on a piece of fabric. You want to use a clean cloth or a fabric. I like to use microfiber cloths. Whatever cloth you use, be sure to clean it very often because you don't want to cross-contaminate. You don't want to use a dirty towel to clean a record, you know? And don't mix up your dirty towels with your clean towels. I will go in with the velvet brush and I will brush around the record in a circular motion, getting off any of the surface level dust and dirt and debris. And then I will go again over it with the carbon fiber brush. You don't want to press down super hard on the record. You just want to lightly go over the top of it. Now step 2 to the cleaning process would be doing a wet cleaning. Using a liquid cleaning solution gets rid of any smudges or fingerprints, something that you can't really get off with just a brush. Especially if a vinyl is used and it's really dirty, using a wet cleaning solution really helps to clean it even better. I like to spray or pour the solution right onto the cloth. I don't do it directly on the vinyl because I don't want to overspray on my desk or I don't want to spray the label. Then I move in a circular motion around the record a few times. When that's done, I will dry it with a new cloth that is clean. I usually go with a different color microfiber cloth so I can tell the difference. Then I will let it air dry for a few seconds and then I'm done. After it's done being cleaned, I will immediately sleeve it, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. Again, you don't have to do a deep cleaning every single time. If you're short on time or a record isn't super dirty, you can probably just get away with doing a quick dry cleaning. I do want to talk about DIY cleaning solutions. You can make your own record cleaning solution at home, but there are a few things you want to make sure you do right when it comes to making your own solution. Now, I personally have never made my own record cleaning solution. I just want to say that. I've only ever used like these cleaning solutions. I can only share what other people have done that I've seen on YouTube and Reddit. Other people have used 99% alcohol, distilled water, and a wetting agent. Do not use soap. I've heard really bad things about using soap on vinyl. You don't want to leave any residue on the records. Soap does leave a residue on surfaces like soap scum. You don't want that on your records. And also you need to use distilled water. Do not use regular tap water. Regular tap water has a lot of minerals in it that you don't want to get onto your records. I'm probably not the best person to ask when it comes to this, so you could just look up how to make a DIY cleaning solution. There is a little bit of a debate in the vinyl community as to, is alcohol actually good for your records? Alcohol has no residue and it dries really, really fast. Some people say alcohol isn't good for your vinyl. I've honestly heard mixed opinions on it, so I don't really know for sure if it's good for your vinyl, but just to be safe, I wouldn't use a ton of alcohol when cleaning my vinyl. I just use whatever is in these solutions, and I hope there's not a ton of alcohol in it, just in case. Now the next step in the cleaning and caring process would be sleeving. Record sleeves come in all different kinds of shapes and sizes. Some affordable brands that I recommend would be Invest in Vinyl, that is my favorite brand. MoFi and TAKMORK are also really good affordable brands. You can find all of these brands on Amazon. If you are buying new vinyl or even used vinyl, a lot of that stuff comes in paper sleeves and you absolutely do not want to use those paper sleeves. You want to throw out those paper sleeves and upgrade to something that's a much higher quality, better material. The paper sleeves are just too rough for vinyl. They can lead to scratches. Also, a lot of the paper sleeve designs have an open hole in the middle. I don't like this because it can scratch my vinyl and the label, and because it's open, it does allow dust and particles to get in there easier than if it's completely sealed up. So I would recommend an inner sleeve that is completely closed off. I recommend getting an anti-static material like rice paper sleeves or polyethylene sleeves. Those are a form of plastic. These are my favorite sleeves. These are from the brand Invest in Vinyl, and these have a round bottom. This one is a rice paper sleeve. You can see the back is lined with rice paper. This white part right here, it's a really smooth surface, and this one is also a square shape, no hole in the middle. This is from the brand TAKMORK. This is another good option for an inner sleeve. So again, I would recommend either the round bottom one or some kind of a closed square inner sleeve, whatever shape you prefer. Here are a few examples of outer sleeves. This is a resealable one. As you can see at the top here, there is a piece of tape. Well, if you peel back the plastic, there is a sticky part, a little sticky piece of like double-sided tape. So you put the record inside and then you fold the top over it so that it creates a seal. So the top is completely closed. These fit single LPs and double LPs. These are also good because since the top is completely closed off, there is absolutely no dust or debris that can possibly get in here. Here's an example of the resealable sleeves. The seal is at the top. It would open up like this. Here's an example of an open top, the same square design. It also fits single and double LPs, but the top here is completely open. I find these easier to use, even though it's not the cleanest. I like to put everything in an outer sleeve, but I like to take the vinyl out and have it stored separately. Having the vinyl outside of the jacket is nice for colored vinyl. I have a ton of colored vinyl, and this is way easier to show it off and display it. It's also really quick and easy to access them. It's very convenient. When I want to play a record, I can just slide this out very quickly and get to playing. I don't have to take the actual jacket out and take the vinyl out of that. As long as your records aren't packed together super tightly, this helps to avoid ring wear because the vinyl is not inside of the jacket, it's on the outside. I leave any kind of insert or liner notes on the inside of the jacket, and then I take the vinyl out. The vinyl does have an inner sleeve. Make sure the opening of the vinyl inner sleeve is facing one of the sides. That way when I go to grab the vinyl, I'm not accidentally touching the record because this side is completely sealed and closed off. The opening is over here, and that also prevents any dust or debris getting in the record because the opening is closed on this side, and I just slide it right in the back here. and this is all held together inside of an outer sleeve. I want to briefly talk about cleaning your actual record player. It's really important to keep that clean. If there's dust on the record player, that dust can easily get onto the record while it's playing because of static electricity. So to clean my actual turntable, it's very simple. First, I dust it off with something like a hand duster or a microfiber cloth. Then I will do a wet cleaning with some kind of wet wipe, whether it's a wet paper towel or a Clorox wipe. For the plastic dust cover, I can also use a wet wipe or a wet paper towel. I could also use Windex. Even though it's not glass, it's just plastic, but Windex does a good job too. Simple household cleaning supplies will easily clean off the plastic record players. If you have a record player that is a different material, then you might want to do some research and use some different cleaning supplies. Last but not least, I also want to emphasize that you should really be cleaning your stylus. The stylus, aka the needle, is what's actually going into the grooves and playing the music and making the sound. Any dust or debris or dirt that's on the records will get picked up by the stylus, so the stylus also does get dirty a lot. They do make brushes that are specifically for cleaning the stylus. You can get one of those. You can buy a record cleaning kit that also comes with a stylus cleaning brush. This is the one that I have that came with one of my cleaning kits. It looks like a really small toothbrush. All you have to do to clean it is gently and carefully go from back to front, wiping the stylus. It's very important that you go from back to front because you want to go in the same motion as a record. I've also seen a lot of people use a gel cleaner for the stylus. I don't know if I would really recommend that because I heard that it can leave a lot of residue on the stylus, and again, you don't want any residue on your records or the stylus, so to avoid that, I would say just play it safe and don't use any gel. I've never used a gel or a liquid solution to clean my stylus. I think my brush does a good enough job. Those were all of my tips for beginners on how to care for and clean your record collection. I hope I was able to help anybody who is new to record collecting. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Also in the comments, let me know if you have any other tips to share. Let me know how you guys like to clean and care for your record collections if you aren't a beginner. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!